right, everybody, Tawan here for Money Travel Grow. If you could, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel and head over to my Facebook group, Digital Marketing Career Starter. Now, in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about some of the interview questions that you would get as a new digital marketer in your job interview. There are several, but I want to talk about a few that you should pretty much know and anticipate that they're going to ask you. The first question that they're more than likely going to ask you is, of course, going to be, why do you want to work for this company? It would be helpful, in order for you to answer this question, for you to know something that stood out about this company. It could be their mission, it could be their values, it could be some of the things that they're basically trying to do. Find something. Do not be without an answer for that question, because that question is going to weigh heavily, and of course it is a very common question. The other question they're going to ask you potentially will be more technical questions, like if you're talking about a PPC position or a media buyer position or digital marketing manager position, anything with paid media, they're probably going to ask you the question of, how do you structure your accounts? And this is a very simple response, and this of course depends. One of the things I tend to talk about is, I talk about retargeting, I talk about maybe an interest-based group. Of course, when you're talking about structuring, you're talking about how you're doing your ad sets. You can talk about, you structure it according to, the states in which you're working with. Anything like that that shows that you understand how to organize a ad set within a campaign. Another question they're going to ask you, and this is very, very critical, and that is, how do you go about optimizing a campaign if things are not working out? And this can be answered in a lot of different ways, but some of the basic ways to optimize a campaign is, first of all, you want to maybe change the bid. Your spending could be off, your pacing could be off, you could be spending more than what you need, and you might want to change your bidding within the campaign. Another thing you could do is, you could change the assets. In other words, you could refresh the copy for the advertisement. You could also consider changing the image. That's another thing that you can do. And obviously, you can adjust the budget, either asking for more or getting less, whatever the case may be. Another question that you're going to want to give the answer to would be, so what makes you a good fit for this organization within this company? In other words, what skills do you basically have in order to make us better? And so this is when you can go into detail, and you can talk a little bit about maybe some of the projects you've done. You can talk a little bit about your portfolio. You can talk about things like that. Anything that's going to make you look good in their light. And even if you don't have a lot of experience, that's perfectly fine. Just talk about the things that you're really good at and show enthusiasm, because if you show enthusiasm, more than likely they're going to see that, and they're going to really be excited about that. When you're going for some positions, they know that you don't have a lot of experience. So the best thing you can do is just tend to talk a little bit about what you've already done. Let's see, what other questions that they may ask you? I think that covers it. I mean, there are a lot of different questions that they're going to ask you. Again, a lot of personal questions. Oh, another question that they may ask you is going to be about, I know this is a question I got, and it stumped me for a little bit, but one of the questions they asked me was, what kind of mistakes have you made in digital marketing, and what did you learn, and how did you sort of overcome that mistake? And one of the mistakes that I talk about is not really being clear about the objective in which that I was using. As you know, in any platform, in particular Facebook, Instagram, you got to be very clear about your objective. Because if you're not clear about your objective, what's going to happen is that algorithm is going to run a certain way, and you're not going to get the kind of results that you're looking for. So it's very important that you're clear about the objective that you're supposed to use for that campaign. So say, for example, let's say if the campaign is about helping that company get more exposure and they want more engagement. So obviously you would want to pick the engagement where you're getting more likes and shares. Because if you say pick something like return on ad spend as an algorithm or traffic, the algorithm will do something completely different. And when it comes down to your key performance indicators, right? So in the case of this example, your likes, your shares, they're going to be pretty low, because that's not what that objective really speaks to. So you want to make sure that your objective matches what the goal of the campaign is. Because even if you optimize it and you got the objective is not the right objective, there's no amount of optimization that you're going to do that's going to get you the results that you need. And the reason why I know this is because I've made that mistake before. So be very, very careful with that. But I think if you know the answer to some of those questions and you're able to really expound upon that, and you really understand what all of this means, I think you'll do very well in your interview, particularly if it's an interview for a beginner position, an associate position, a novice position, something like that, internship, because they're not expecting that much from you. However, they do want to see your enthusiasm. And one other pro tip I want to give you: always, always, always have questions for them. One question that you should be asking is, where are they in the hiring process? In other words, once this interview is over, what's the next step? And if they like you, they're going to probably say, hey, we'll call you back and set up an interview for you. If they really don't like you, they may say something along the lines of, we'll let you know. And if you don't hear back from them in, say, 2 days, you follow with them with an email expressing your desire to still want to work for the company, and you were curious to know if there will be a second interview, or where they are in the process. And obviously, if they want you, they're going to give you an opportunity. And so with that being said, that's the end of this video. So if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And like I said before in the beginning of the video, please head over to my Facebook group. The link is down in the description. And join the group, because I got a lot of really, really good information that's going to help you become a digital marketer. So I'll see you guys later, next time. Bye.